Hey guys, Rath here from tabletopminis.com and welcome to part 2 of our Megabattle, the 4-way convergence of fate battle plan that we've been playing, the mail order exclusive one. So if you watch part 1 you'll understand where we all are on the board. If you haven't already, I'll put a link to it. You'll see it in a box popping up just now. And this is how the battlefield's set up. So it's the start of battle round 2. The turn order is going to be the Skaven Chaos, then the Hammers of Sigmar, followed by the Elves, and finally the Dwarfs. And the only alliance has been made this turn is the Elves with the Chaos. And we've all picked various enemies, so here we go. So we're into turn 2 for the Chaos.
Okay, start off turn 2 for the Chaos, and Archaon is going to use his command ability, Inspiring Presence, on the Storm Vermin here. And next he's going to roll for his Eye of Shireen, and he gets 4. That's good. Okay, now Archaon's going to cast Arcane Bolt onto these hammers over here. See if it goes off on a 5+, which it does on a 6.
So the Rune Lord's within 18 inches of Archaon, so he's going to attempt to unbind it, and he gets +2 because he's got the Rune of Stubborn.
Yes, that's true. So
yeah, that's unbound.
Yeah, that's unbound. Okay, and now the Blood Secretor over here, he's going to put down his banner. Okay, now the Packmaster is going to herd them into the fray onto the Rat Ogres here. Okay, now the Warlock Engineer is going to use Warp Lightning onto the hammers over here. And he's going to use a Warp Power Accumulator, 5+. And he makes it on a 10, so that's D6 mortal wounds. 6. Wow, so 6 hammers are dead there.
I'll leave them here for battle.
Yeah. Okay, that's Skaven hero phase over, and now into the movement phase. Okay, now Korgus Kull is going to run, so that's 5 inches plus 5, so 10 inches. So he's just going to move just around here. Okay, now the Clan Rats are just going to move 6 inches into the center here. Okay, now Archaon's just going to move up here. Got a 10-inch move. Going to move him within 3 inches of the dwarves there. Okay, now the Storm Vermin, they're going to move up 6 inches. Now the Rat Ogres are going to move up 6 inches. And then the Warp Fire Thrower, he's going to move up 6 inches. And the Warlock Engineer is just going to move 6 inches, just behind the Ogres. Okay, and the Packmaster is going to move up 6 inches as well. Okay, now into the shooting phase, and the Warp Lightning Cannon is going to shoot at the hammers over here. So rolling the power dice, and we get 5. So that's 6 attacks, 5+ to do mortal wound each. Okay, that is 3 mortal wounds, so 3 are dead. Yeah. Only champion. Okay, now the Poison Wind Mortar team is going to shoot at the Jarrow Bomber over here, and that's going to be a 4+ to hit, which it doesn't make. Okay, now the Warp Fire Thrower is going to shoot at the Rune Lord here, and I'm going to use his more Flaming Death ability, which means on the 2+, I can get to do D6 mortal wounds. And it's a 2, so that's D6 mortal wounds, 5+, and the Rune Lord's dead. 2, so the Rune Lord takes 2 wounds.
So he's down to 3 wounds.
He's down to 3 wounds, yeah. Okay, now the Warlock Engineer is going to shoot his pistol at the warriors over here. That's going to be a 3+ to hit, which he doesn't make. That's the end of the shooting phase and into the charge phase. And the Rat Ogres, they're going to try and charge the warriors over here. They need a 5+ because they've been herded into the fray, which means a +1 to their charge. And they get it on an 11. Okay, now the Storm Vermin, they're going to try and charge the warriors. They need a 3+. And they get it with an 8. Okay, now Archaon, he's going to try and charge the hammer over here. He needs a 3, and he makes it. Okay, that is the end of the charge phase and into the combat phase. Now Storm Vermin are going to pile in and attack the warriors. Okay, so that's 21 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay, so that's 14 hits. Now it's going to be 3+ to wound. Okay, so that's 11 wounds and -1 rend, so it's going to be 6 plus save for the Dwarf Warriors.
That's 3 saved.
3 saved, so 8 are dead. Good job, Storm Vermin.
Okay, so the Hammer Champion's going to have a go at Archean.
Yeah.
He's got 3 attacks, needing 3 plus to hit.
3 plus to hit.
So that's 2 hits.
Yeah.
So to wound, 3 plus.
3 plus, so one wound.
1 wound.
And -1 rend, so that's going to be a 4 plus save for Archean. Oh, and it's a 6, which means your hammer takes a mortal wound.
So he's dead.
So he kills himself. Good job, hammers. Now the rat ogres are going to attack the dwarf warriors over here. That's 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. Any 6s here, and they get an extra attack. Okay, that's 1 6. So that's an extra attack, or hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Okay, so that is 8 wounds. Okay, so that's 8 wounds and -1 rend. It does 2 damage each, so 6 plus save for the Dwarf Warriors. Ooh.
That's 1 save, so each
wow.
one with 2 damage.
Each one does 2 damage, yeah.
14 wounds.
14 wounds.
That's the unit wiped out.
So that is all the Dwarf Warriors dead. Good job, Rat Ogres.
And the Rune Priest here, Rune Lord's going to pile into the Rat Ogres. And he's going to attack them with his Forged Staff, which is a 4 plus to hit. Hits. And a 3 plus to wound.
And a 4, it wounds.
And
I need to make a save now, a 5 plus save, because there's no rend, right?
no rend.
Okay, 5 plus, and he doesn't make it, so
D3 damage.
D3 damage.
3
wow,
wounds.
3 wounds. So that Rat Ogre is down to 1 wound.
And now he's going to attack with his Forged Hammer. So
yeah.
it's 2 attacks, needing a 4 plus.
Okay, that's two hits.
And a 4 plus to wound.
4 plus to wound, and no wounds.
And next, Belgar, he's going to attack the Storm Vermin here. So he's got 4 attacks, needing 3 plus to hit.
3 plus
4
to hit.
hits. So we're needing 3 plus to wound.
Okay,
so that's
and
4 wounds.
4 wounds. Okay, so that's 4 6 plus saves for the Storm Vermin. And none. So that's going to be
4 D3 damage.
4 D3 damage. Ooh.
That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds.
10 wounds, so that's 10 dead.
And Belgar's going to use his ability Revenge Incarnate to attack again.
Yeah.
So he's going to get all of his attacks again. So
yeah.
it's 4 attacks, needing 3 plus.
3 plus.
Oh, that's a cock there.
Yeah.
So that's 4 hits.
4 hits.
And 3 plus to wound.
3 plus to wound. And 2 wounds, so that's 2 6 plus saves for the Storm Vermin. Okay, so that's 2 D3 damages.
2 D3 damage.
And that's 2
2
dead.
more dead.
2 dead. Okay, that is the end of the combat, and there is no battle shock test to be made. My Storm Vermin have Inspiring Presence, and that is going to be the end of Chaos turn 2.
Okay, it is the start of Stormcast turn 2, and my Warlord is using his command ability Lord of the Host. My Lord Castellan is using his Warding Lantern on the Retributors. Now Lord Relictor is going to cast Lightning Storm on the Silver Helms. It's 3 or more.
So that goes off. So that's D3 wounds, which is 2 wounds. So that is one of the Silver Helms dead.
Okay.
And also they get a -1 to hit. So
now Vandis is moving within 3 inches of the clan rats. And now the Liberators are moving within 3 inches of the clan rats. Now Lord Castellan is moving 5 inches towards Teclis, and the Griefhound is following him. Lord Relictor is moving up. Now the Liberators are moving up to within 3 inches away from the Silver Helms. And the Prosecutors are moving 12 inches. Now into the shooting phase, and my prosecutors are going to attack the Dragon Slayer. And it's 6 attacks, hitting on 4+.
So that is 3 hits.
3 hits, wounding on 4s.
So that's 1 wound.
So that's 1 wound, saving on the 6.
Ah,
Oh,
he makes
no
it.
way!
So
That's
he's on 4
lucky.
wounds.
Now, Vandis is going to use Storm Breath on Korgus and the Chariot. 4+ for Korgus. And it doesn't make it. And 4+ for the Chariot. And it does make it. So that's D3 mortal wounds.
Which is just 1 single wound on the chariot. So that's down to 5 wounds.
And now into the charge phase, and my Liberators are going to charge the Silver Helms.
So
And that's
a
3+.
Yeah. And they make it, so in they go.
And now the Retributors are charging the Silver Helms, and that's 3+.
Okay. And they make it.
And now Lord Castellan is charging Teclis, and I need 6.
And they make it, so in he goes.
And now the Griefhound is going to charge Teclis, and he needs 7.
Which he doesn't make, so he stays where he is.
Now Vandis is charging Clan Rats, and he needs 3+.
And that's
That's
3,
it,
so
yeah.
he makes it.
Now the Liberators are charging the Clan Rats.
And that's 3 inches, so... And they make it.
And Lord Relictor is charging the Clan Rats. And I need 3.
Another 3+. And he doesn't make it, so he stays where he is.
And the Prosecutors are charging the Clan Rats, and I need 6 inches on 3 dice.
And they make it.
Into the combat phase, and the Retributors are going to attack the Silver Helms, and that's 6 attacks, hitting on 3.
So that is 4 hits. And you've got 1/6 there, which does 2 mortal wounds instantly.
Now 3 hits, wounding on 3.
And all of them wound. So that's 3 wounds with the 5+ save because of the rend. Wow, and they all save. So the only wound there, well, there was the 2 mortal wounds that went straight through. So there's 1 Silver Helm's dead. And actually, because we've got Shield of Sapphire and we're within 18 inches of Teclis, we get a 6+ ward save. So that is 1 wound saved. So actually, one of them Silver Helms is just down to 1 wound. So, yeah. So the way this scenario works is the combat, we go around in clockwise fashion, taking it in turns, having a combat phase, so, or part of the combat phase. So I'm going to attack with the Silver Helms here now on the Retributors. There's 4 attacks, normally hitting on 4s, but they have had a lightning storm, so there's 5s now. So that's 1 hit. Wounding on 4s, which we don't do. And now the horses, which actually get 2 attacks each, which is pretty good. They are hitting on 4s normally, so that's 5s as well. So that is 2 hits, and we're wounding on 5s. 1 wound, and the Retributors have a save of a 4+, and there's no rend there, so a 4+ save. You want to roll that 1 dice? And they don't do it, so 1 Retributor's got 1 wound on them, so he's down to 2 wounds. And now these 2 Silver Helms at the back are attacking the Liberators, so they're hitting with their lances on 5s. That's 1 hit, wounding on 4s, which we do. And there is no rend, so that is a 4+ save for the Liberators. Which he doesn't do, so that's 1 wound on the Liberators. They've got 2 each, don't they? Yeah. So one of them's down to 1 wound. And then if we do them 2 horses, that is 4 attacks, hitting on 5s. So that is 1 hit, wounding on 5s, wounds, and a save of 4+, which he makes. So it's just one of them on 1 wound. So next we are into the Skaven turn to pick where the combat's going to go. So let's.
Okay, now Skaven round of combat, and the Storm Vermin, they're going to pile in to Belgar here. and attack him. Okay, so that's 17 attacks for Storm Vermin on Belgar, and hitting on 3s. So that's going to be, wow, 16 hits, and wounding on 3s.
Okay, so Belgar's usually got a 3+ save, but -1 rend, so that's 4+. So we got 13 4+ saves here. Ooh, that's not good. 7 wounds.
7 wounds.
That's half.
That's half.
He's got Shield of Defiance or something.
Yeah,
so
Shield of
half the
Defiance.
number of wounds or mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Rounding up, so that would be 4 wounds.
So 4 wounds.
4 wounds to save.
Okay, so Belgar's on
1, I think.
1 wound left on Belgar. Wow.
Okay, into the dwarf round of combat, and the Rune Lord here, he's going to attack the Rat Ogres. So we'll start with his Rune Staff attack. So that's 1 attack, hitting on 4s. That misses. And then we'll use his Rune Hammer. So that's 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. And they both miss.
Nothing.
So that's dwarf combat phase over, and it's back to the Stormcast.
Now Lord Castellan is attacking Teclis, and that's 3 attacks.
Hitting on 3s. So could potentially kill him here if you got everything, but okay, that's 2 hits.
2 hits, wounding on 3s.
And that's 1 wound, and he's got a 4+ normal save and a -1 rend, so that's a 5+ save, which he doesn't make, so he's down to 3 wounds because he does 2 damage to Lord Castellan. And then 2 wounds because Shield of Safri, this is 6+ ward save, just to see, and no, nothing there, so he's down to 3 wounds. Now Teclis attacking back, so with his Moonstaff of Lilith, that's 1 attack, hitting on a 4, which he makes, wounded on a 3, which he doesn't make, and the Sword of Teclis, so that's 1 attack, hitting on 4s, he makes 3+, to wound, which he does. It's a -2 rend, doing 1 damage, so that is a 5+ save for the Lord Castellan, so he doesn't make it. So that is 1 damage on Lord Castellan, which takes him down to 5 wounds.
Okay, now for Skaven, the Rat Ogres here, they're going to attack the Rune Lord, and that's going to be 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. And that is going to be 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's going to be 4 wounds, and that's -1 rend.
So it's a 5+ save.
5+ save for the Rune Lord. And wow, that's going to be 2 damage each, so yeah, he was on 3 wounds, so he's dead.
Okay, so into the dwarf phase, and Belgar here, he's going to attack the Storm Vermin. So that's 4 attacks with a 3+ to hit. Ooh, it's a bad roll. So that's only 1 hit, and needing 3+ to wound. So that's a wound with a -1 rend.
-1 rend. Okay, so that's going to be a 6+ save for the Storm Vermin. And no, he didn't make it, so that's D3 damage.
Yeah, that's D3 damage, and so that is just 1 wound.
So 1 is dead.
And now the prosecutors are attacking the clan rats, and that's 7 attacks.
Hitting on 3s. So that is 6 hits, and you are wounding on 3s also. So that's 6 3+. So yeah, that is 6 wounds, and there's no rend on that. So that's 6 saves on a 4+.
Okay, so that's caught.
Okay, roll again. So that is 6 are dead.
Wow. Okay, and actually, them clan rats in the relic there, they actually get another 6+ save for being 5 inches from within 5 inches of the relic. So that is actually 5 dead instead of 6. Okay, and for the chaos round of combat, this Korgus Cull's gonna pile in 3 inches to the prosecutors here. Okay, so he gets 1 extra attack for being within 18 inches of the portal here. There's going to be 4 attacks with his reality splitting axe, hitting on 3s. Wow, bad roll. So it's 1 hit. Now wounding on 3s, and it wounds, and that's going to be a 5+ save for the prosecutors. And no, it doesn't make it. So that's going to be D3 damage, and that's going to be 1 damage on the prosecutors. So one of them prosecutors is down to 1 wound. Okay, now the dog is going to attack the prosecutors. There's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. And that's going to be 3 wounds. And there's no rend there, so that's going to be 3 4+ saves for the prosecutors. And that is going to be one of them dead and the other one on 1 wound.
Now Vandis is attacking the clan rats, and because he charged, he's getting 3 D3 attacks with extra attacks with his hammer.
How many have you got? 6, so 1 attack, so that's
5.
4 attacks.
4.
4 attacks hitting on 3s.
And that is 2 hits.
2 hits wounding on 2s.
So that is 2 wounds, and there's a -1 rend, so clan rats, they get, they've got shields, so they're 5+ save.
It's their cover save. They don't get shields against anything that does more than 1 damage.
That's
going to be a 5+ save.
Okay.
No, 6+ save, sorry.
So 2 6+ saves.
And
so that is 2d3 damage.
Yeah.
So that's 2d3 for you damage, which is 4 damage.
Okay, so 4 are dead.
How many do you have left under there?
I think quite a few.
Yep.
Still. Now Dracoth has 3 attacks hitting on 3s.
So they all hit.
Yeah, 3 hits wounding on 3s.
That's 1 wound, so it's 1 damage with a -1 rend. So
Okay, so that's going to be a 6+ save.
I think you get your shields, right, because it only does 1 damage.
Yes, actually, yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
so
it's gonna
5+
be
save.
5+.
Which
Doesn't
doesn't
make.
make, so another one's down.
Maybe you got left in it.
Okay, now for the Skaven round of combat, and the clan rats in there are going to attack the prosecutors here. That's 8 attacks, hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s. And that's going to be 2 wounds. So that's no rend, so 2 4+ saves. Stormcast. And wow, 2 6s, they make it. Clan rats do nothing.
And now the Liberators attacking the clan rats, and that's 4 attacks hitting on
4s. So that is 2 hits.
Yeah.
And wounding on 4s. Ooh,
Oh.
and nothing.
Wow.
So, yeah, nothing there.
So everybody within 10 inches of the Relic are immune to battle shock, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so start off High Elf turn 2, and we're going to start by doing our Befuddled test. So we've got the Repeater Bolt Thrower again, which was Befuddled last turn, 2+. Actually, that kind of slipped out. Oh, it's Befuddled for a second time.
Unlucky.
Okay, so that can't do anything. And Teclis is just over 3 inches away. So I think that is all the Befuddled tests to be made. So start off using my command ability here, I am actually going to use my special scenario made command ability called Hidden Agenda. Yeah. So what that means is I'm going to stab them dirty Skaven chaos.
Backstab you. You don't backstab Skaven.
And I'm actually going to break the alliance with the chaos. So now they've had their turn, they're going down. So that's what I'm doing with Imric. So now Teclis is going to cast Arcane Bolt on the Lord Castellan. So that is a normal cast value of 5. So because of Blessings of Lilith, I need 3+, which I make on a 7. But because he's within 18 inches of the Portal of Skulls, that needs to be re-rolled. So he makes it on 9. So
I can attempt to dispel that.
He's going to try and unbind with the dog's collar here. Yeah. So that's a 9 plus 2, so that's 11 you need to beat, which it doesn't make. So D3 wounds on the Lord Castellan. 2 wounds, so he is down to 3 wounds. Next, Teclis is going to cast Mystic Shield on Imric, which has a cast value of 6, so a 4+ to go off, which it does, and because of Portal of Skulls I need to re-roll that. And we still make it, so Mystic Shield, that token is just going to stay there. And next, Teclis is going to cast Shield of Sapphire again, which is cast value 6, so 4+, which he makes. I need to re-roll that because of the Portal of Skulls, which he makes. So Shield of Sapphire is back in play. And next, the Mage is going to cast Arcane Bolt on the Lord Castellan, so cast value of 5. We don't get any bonuses here because he's just normal Mage, which he makes on 6, but he's within 18 inches of Portal of Skulls, so that's a re-roll for that. And we make it, so that is a D3 mortal wounds on the Lord Castellan. We need a 5 or 6 here to kill him, and we do on a 5, so 3 mortal wounds on the Lord Castellan. Off he goes. So next, because we're into the movement phase, and because I've broke the lines with the chaos, we actually count as in combat here. So the archers are going to retreat and they're going to run. So that is a d6 plus 6, so that is 8 inches. That's 8 inches up to here. And now my mage, he's going to run, so that's 6 plus 5, so that's 11 inches, and he's going to run towards the middle, the relic. So he's going to come up to about here. And the Great Eagle here, he's going to retreat also, so that's 16 inches plus 3, so that's 19-inch move. So he goes 16 up to here. I'll just put him right there. And now Tyrion is going to move up to within 3 inches of the blood crater. And now the Swordmasters are going to run, and they can reroll 1s because of their Hornblower. So that is 9 inches. So they're going to come up to here. Okay, now we're into the shooting phase, and Tyrion's going to throw his sword into the blood crater's face. So that's 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. And that is 5 attacks, wow. And wounding on 4s. So we have 1 wound. Ooh, that was a bit disappointing. And no rend, so that's a 3 plus save, which he makes. So he's still on 2 wounds. Yep. So now Imric is going to use his dragon fire on the blood crater over there. So that he's within 12 inches, so we basically roll dice, see how many mortal wounds he takes. Oh, every time with this dragon's breath he rolls a 1, so that's 1 mortal wound, so he's down to 1 wound.
What a shame.
How annoying is that? So that is shooting over, and we're into the charge phase. So Tyrion's going to charge the blood crater here, and we need a 3 plus, which he makes 11, so he's in there. Now Imric is going to charge Korg's Kull, we need a 4 plus, which we make on a 10, so he is in there. So we're going to start the combat phase with the most important combat here. I'm hoping to kill Korg's Kull before he can attack me back with his reality splitting axe. So Imric's Star Lance, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. And we've got 2 hits. We are wounding on 3s, but we can add 1 to the wound roll because we charged. So that's still only 1 wound. And a rend of -1.
-1, so it's going to be a 4 plus.
4 plus save. And this is 2 damage, so he is taking 2 wounds, so he's down to 3 wounds. So actually he's down to 4 wounds because he started on 6. And now our dragon, Minithnir's Claws, we have 6 attacks that are hitting on a 4 plus. Ooh, 3 hits, and we are wounding on a 3 plus. All 3 wound. And -1 rend, so that's a 4 plus save for Korg's Kull. Let's see what we can do. It's 2 damage per wound here. So, wow, and he makes them all.
Oh yeah.
Lucky Korgis. And now Minithnir's Fearsome Jaws. So 3 attacks hitting on 4. So 2 hits, and we are wounding on 2 plus. So that is 2 wounds, and there's a -2 rend. So there's a 5 plus save for Korgis, and this does a d6 wounds per or d6 damage, so that is 2d6 damage, and he's only got 4 wounds here. So let's see if we can one-shot Korgis off the table, and we can, just on a 4. So we got exactly the number of wounds we needed, and Korgis is off there. So that would have been quite a threat to Imric if he had hit him with the reality splitting axe on a 5 plus. He would have been off the table. So not a bad round of combat there. So we're into Skaven's combat round.
Okay, and now Skaven's turn to attack, and the Storm Vermin is going to see if they can finish off the Belgar. So it's going to be 15 attacks and hitting on 3s. And that's 7 hits, and going to be wounding on 3s. And that is 6 wounds, and that's a -1 rend, so that's going to be a 4 plus.
And we need to make these all, or he's dead.
Yeah. 4 plus.
Oh! You almost made it as well.
Almost made it.
So that is Belgar dead.
So close, yet so far away.
So it's the Prosecutors attacking the Clan Rats, and it's 5 attacks hitting on 3s.
So that is 4 hits.
Not bad.
And you're wounding on 3s. Wow, so all 4 wounds and no rend. So They have, well, it's
attack
1
each.
damage.
So that's going to be a 4+ save.
Okay, so 4+6.
Because of the shields and that they're in cover. Okay, so 3
of
die.
them dead.
Good.
Okay, now the Skaven's turn to attack, and the clan rats in there are going to be attacking the prosecutors, and that's going to be 6 attacks, hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s. See if we can kill a prosecutor. So that's 2 wounds. Okay, so that's 2 saves, 2 4+ saves for the prosecutors. And yeah, they make it.
And next, the Silver Helms are going to attack the Retributors here. So we've got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. Well, actually hitting on 5s because of the Lightning Storm. So one of them hit, and wounding on 4s, which we don't make. And then we have the horses. So we've got 8 attacks, hitting on 5s with the horses. So that is 3 hits, wounding on 5s. And we've got 1 wound, and the Retributors have got a 4+ save, and there's no rend, so that's 1 4+ save, which is made, so no damage there. These 2 Silver Helms attacking the Liberators, so we have 2 lances hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on 4s, which we make, and there's no rend, so 4+ save for the Liberators. And he doesn't make it, so that's 1 of them is dead because they were down to 1 wound. Now the horses hitting on 5s, so 4 attacks. That's 2 hits, wounding on 5s. Wow, 2 wounds, no rend, so 4+ save. And that's 1 wound, so that's 1 other Liberators down to 1 wound.
So now Vandis is attacking the clan rats, and it's 3 attacks hitting on 3s.
So that's 1 hit, and you're wounding on 3s. Or sorry, 2s. So that's wounded.
Still make it.
And yeah, -1 rend, so that's 6+ save, and he doesn't make it, so 1 clan rat's dead. Oh, actually no, it's D3 damage, so let's roll the dice, and let's see D3 damage. That's 1 clan rat is dead.
Yep.
Now Dracoth's claws and fangs, 3 attacks hitting on 3+, wounding on 3+.
Nothing. And now Tyrion's going to attack the Bloodsecrator there. So we've got Sunfang, 6 attacks hitting on 3s. That is, wow, 5 attacks that have hit and wounding on 3s. Let me roll that again. That is 4 that have hit, and there is a -2 rend on that. So,
so
that's what's Bloodsecrator's normal save?
-2 rend, right?
Yep.
So then it's going to be a 5+
Okay,
save.
5+ save. And 3 have gone through, and that is okay. So yeah, so he's dead straight away.
The Liberators now are attacking the clan rats, and it's 5 attacks hitting on 4s.
So that's 2 hits.
2 hits, wounding on 3s.
And that's 1 wound. And there's no rend, so that's a 4+ save. So, and he makes it.
Now the Liberators are attacking the Silver Helms, and it's 9 attacks hitting on 4s.
Well, so that's 5 hits.
5 hits, wounding on 3s. That's...
So that's 3 wounds and no rend, so 4+ save. And 1 fails, but we do still have Shield of Sapphire, which is a 6+ ward save. So, no, that's 1 more wound, and 1 of them Silver Helms were on 1 wound, so that's 1 dead. So that is the end of High Elf turn 2, and we are into Dwarf turn 2.
Okay, so start of the Dwarf turn, and we're going to have to take some befuddled tests over here. So we'll start with the cannon. So we're needing a 2+, and they're okay. And now Grimberloxen, and he's okay. And the Grudge Thrower, he's okay. And the Organ Gun, he's okay. And lastly, the Gyro Bomber here, and he's okay as well. So into the movement phase, and a Gyro Bomber, he's going to fly over the Rat Ogres, land there, and he's going to drop some bombs on the Rat Ogres. So we need to roll a 4+, and if we do, we get D3 mortal wounds on them. So yeah, and D3 mortal wounds. So that's 3 mortal wounds on the Rat Ogres.
and he's down to 2 wounds.
The Longbeards here, they're going to move up to 3 inches away from the Storm Vermin, so they're going to get ready for a charge. And lastly, the Dragon Slayer, he's just going to budge up here. Okay, so start of the shooting phase, and the Dwarf Cannon here, he is going to shoot Archean. So it's 2 shots, needing 4+ to hit. They both miss, but because of runic accuracy, I get to reroll that. So that's 1 hit. So that's 2+ to wound. So that's a wound with a -2 rend.
So that's going to be a 5+ save, which he makes.
Next, the Grudge Thrower is going to shoot at the Warp Lightning Cannon over here. So that's 2 shots with a 3+. So that's 1 hit and 3+ to wound. That's a wound with a -2 rend.
Okay.
So that was with a -2 rend, so they don't actually get a save.
No save.
So that's 3 wounds.
Okay, so it's down to 3 wounds.
The Gyro Bomber, he's going to shoot at the Flamethrower team.
Warp Fire Thrower.
Warp Fire Thrower team with its Clatter Gun. So it's 4 attacks, needing 4+ to hit. So that's 1 hit. And 3+. So that's no. Next, Grimberloxen's going to shoot at the Rat Ogres. So that's D6 attacks. That's 2 attacks. Hitting on 3+. That's 1 hit. And wounding on a 3+. That's 1 wound with a -1 rend.
Okay. That's going to be a 6+ save. She doesn't make.
So he's down to 1 wound. And next he's going to fire his brace of Drakefire pistols at the Rat Ogres. So that's 2 attacks, hitting on 3+. So that's 1 hit and wounding on a 3+. No wounds. And the Organ Gun is going to try and shoot 4 barrels at the Warlock Engineer? Warlock Engineer. So we need to roll a 4+ to see if he can do that. And he fails it, but because of the Engineer, he gets to reroll that. And he fails. So the Organ Gun yet again doesn't get to shoot. So into the charge phase, and the Dragon Slayer here, he's going to charge Archean. So we need a 3, and we just get that. So he's in there. And the Longbeards here, they're going to charge at the Storm Vermin. So let's see, we got 7 inches. So
not bad.
Get them all in. Okay, so into the combat phase, and we'll start with the Dragon Slayer against Archean. And so we're using runic axes, so we got 6 attacks.
Did you roll any 4s?
Yeah, I rolled 1 4, so because of Eye of Sheeran, we have to reroll that. So that's a hit as well. And because of runic axes, we get to reroll that 1 to hit. So that was a miss as well. So we've got 5 hits, and it's wounding on a 2+. So that's 5 wounds.
Okay. And what's the rend?
-1.
-1, so that's a 4+. So, wow.
5 wounds.
5 wounds, so Archeon's down to 3 wounds now.
So the prosecutors are attacking the clan rats, and it's 5 attacks and 3+ to hit. So 2 hits and 3+ to wound.
So
okay, both make it.
Okay, so that's 2 4+ saves to make for the clan rats, which they don't make.
So that's 2 clan rats dead.
Yeah.
Okay, and next the Silverhelms here are going to attack the Retributors. So we've got 3 lance attacks hitting on 4s. Well, actually 5s because of the lightning storm. So that is 1 hit, wounding on 4s, which it makes, and there is no rend, so that is a 4+ save for the Retributors. 4+ save, and it doesn't make it, so 1 more wound, so he's down to 1 wound. And now the horses hitting on 5, 6 attacks, and we've got nothing, so nothing there. And now the champion and Hornblower here attacking the Liberators, so it's 3 attacks with their lances hitting on 5s, so that is 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, and there's no rend, so that is a 4+ save for the Liberators. And they make it, so no damage there either. Them horses, 4 attacks hitting on 5s, and nothing, so yeah, pretty much no damage there.
Okay, and now for the Skaven, they're gonna pile in here on the Longbeards and attack them. Okay, that's going to be 15 attacks, hitting on 4s. Okay, so that's 10 hits, wounding on 3s. Wow, so that's just going to be 4 wounds. So that's 4 saves, minus 1 rend, so
5 plus.
5 plus. And
so that's 2 dead.
2 dead.
So the Longbeards are going to pile in. So that's 9 attacks, hitting on 3s. So that's 8 hits and wounding on 4s. That's 5 wounds with no rend.
Okay, so that's 5 4+ saves because of the shields. And that's going to be 3 dead.
So Vandis is attacking the clan rats, and it's 3 attacks, 3+ to hit. Ooh, good. 3 hits. So it is 3 hits, 2+ to wound.
Oh, wow, bad roll. 1 wound. Okay, so that's a 6+ save for the clan rats. And they don't make it.
So it's Dracoth attacking the clan rats, and it's 3 attacks, 3+ to hit. So it's 2 hits and 3+ to wound. Oh, and it doesn't make it.
Okay, and now for the Skaven to attack, the Archaeon's going to attack the Dragon Slayer with his Slayer of Kings sword. That's going to be 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All 4 hit, wounding on 3s. All 4. Oh yeah, the 2 6s, which means the Dragon Slayer is instantly dead actually, yeah, because the demon comes out and eats the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
So Dragon Slayer is dead.
Just before he dies though, he gets to use...
Yeah, he gets to use his special attack. Okay, and just before the Dragon Slayer dies, he can use his Epic Death Blow ability, which means on a 4+, he does D3 mortal wounds on Archaeon. And he doesn't.
So he's just been sucked into the sword.
Yeah, the demon has fed.
So now the Liberators are attacking the clan rats, and it's 5 attacks, 4+ to hit. That's 2 hits plus 3+ to wound.
Okay, so they
both make it.
So that's 2 4+ saves for the clan rats there. Ooh, they both fail it, so that is the whole unit of clan rats dead.
Oh, gone.
They're gone.
Now the Retributors are attacking the Silver Helms, and that's 7 attacks and 3+ to hit.
Okay, so 2 6s, so that's 2 of the horses dead straight away. 2 from the front there.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
2 hits, 3+ to wound.
And they both wound, so 5+ save. And that is none saved, so that's 4 damage and another 2 are removed. Ouch.
Now my Liberators are piling in. 9 attacks, hitting on 4s.
4 hits.
4 hits, wounding on 3s.
And that's 2 wounds. 4+ save. Ooh, and they both fail, so that's 1 more removed.
So into the Battle Shock phase, and the Longbeards here, they need to take a Battle Shock test. They're lead bravery 7, so roll a 4. They've only suffered 2 casualties, so they are okay.
Okay, so that is the end of Dwarf turn 2, so that is the end of the battle round, and we're into battle round 3. And we've had quite a lot of casualties this turn on the Dwarfs and the Skaven. A lot of them have died, and we've got a lot of combat here in the middle, so it should be an interesting turn 3. So now we need to do our allies and enemies and start turn 3.